a while to go around since it's such a small moon. But we are getting there. We're going barely any fast. Oh, it got really dark. Wow, it got really dark. Okay, wow. I can no longer see the moon. Alright guys, hello, welcome back to Gemini Gamers in episode 15 of our Galileo career conquest. I think it's episode 15. I actually lost track of what episode it is due to the amount of episodes that I've been recording recently, and I haven't been able to write down what I want to do. So I have a little system where I write down stuff that I want to remember for each episode, you know, so I can put it in the description and stuff like that. So I need to catch up with that. But for today, what we're doing is something that I think I mentioned it in the last episode, which is a mission to the inner solar system instead of going to the outer solar system. For once, we're going out inside, then out. So, yeah, we're going to good old Thalia, or whatever the planet's name. Yeah, Thalia, yeah, that. We're going there. And, so, yeah, that's our target, and I launched this big ship, and we ended up getting, God, okay, no, that worked. I thought the whole thing separated. Anyway, so, yeah, so we have enough gas, I think, enough fuel to do what we need to do, I would assume. It's a lot more fuel consuming than you would think, especially since it's, not that big of a distance compared to other places, but sometimes going to closer places takes more fuel than others, especially since it's a small planet, it's closer to the sun, it has a less sphere of influence, a smaller sphere of influence, which causes it to end up in that situation. So, yeah, that's the problem we're having right now, that we need at least 4,000 meters per second, but to get there and then do the missions. We have 4 different little probes to do those missions, and hopefully we can get that done soon. So we don't need that anymore. Let's just go ahead and accelerate in our full-on prograde here. See if we can get down to where we need to be. I'm gonna have to use a little bit of the power from the other stage, which is no big deal, but I would have rather been able to complete this burn with that stage. But now we have to do this. Alright, so we shedded a bit of weight there. Let's go ahead and finish up here. Get down to where we need to be. See, it's requiring a lot of fuel. And that's a problem with this, with the planets inside. Even Moho in the normal Kerbal Space Program requires a lot of fuel. And that makes everything a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Especially since, you know, it's a lot closer, I think there's even another, there's another planet, Icarus, that we might visit soon once we get those nuclear engines done. So anyway, about Thalia, I heard there's some weird stuff going up in that planet. I don't know what the hell it is, but I've definitely heard and seen some stuff, and I'm a little bit worried about landing there, actually. That's why I'm sending a probe instead of a Kerbal mission, which would probably be more efficient to do in this position at this point. So let's see here. It's a lot of fuel. There we go. God, that's a lot of fuel. That's 500. Okay. Anyway, okay, well, at least we got the encounter that we want at that point once we execute that maneuver. Let's see if we can get a better one earlier, or should we? Should we even try to get a better one? I think we could do it with the amount of gas that we have. Let's see here. With the orbit that we end up with, we can correct that, but let's see how much fuel that would take. It seems like it would take a lot. Yeah, it definitely would take a lot. Oh wow, that's definitely going to take a lot of fuel. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be a lot of fuel. Definitely a lot of fuel, but I think we can do it. It's gonna take a lot more than I hoped it would, but I think it can be done. Let's go ahead and time warp there. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna do live. Again, you know, due to time constraints and stuff. But anyway, I still need to explain what we're gonna do here. So I have 4 probes, right? If we end up getting low on fuel, we'll release the probes that we don't necessarily need, like the communication probes. The 2 smaller probes are communication probes. The 2 bigger probes are landing probes. One for the moon of Thalia, which is called Eta, probably Eta. So one of these is for Eta, and one of these is for good old Thalia. So one of these is gonna probably die, and one of them is gonna have an easy mission. But you know, it's still alright. It's alright. No big deal. Yeah, so that's the situation. So I used the ICBM model of making things, you know, instead of launching one missile with one nuke, you launch one missile with a bunch of nukes, which is what technically we did. We launched a very big missile with 4 payloads instead of 1. And yeah, so they'll deploy and stuff, so everything seems to be doing well. Power-wise, we're good. Communications, just in case we end up losing communications or something like that, you know, deeper in space, we don't know what may change. The sun may do some weird stuff with us. And also because we're using probes to land, we need extra communications so we can have a better way to actually land on the thing. You know, you never know what you may need. So, that's why. That's why we are doing this. Anyway, but, you know, since it's not that big of a distance, the burns will be a lot closer to each other instead of further away, as you can see right now. It's 1 day away now, basically. So anyway, we're pretty much where we want to be now. Let's go ahead and do this burn. There's the reason I don't do these burns alive, because look how long it takes to turn, and that's very annoying. But we can do a little bit of time warp and actually start turning a little bit faster. And use a time warp to your advantage. Always do that. Don't be dumb and not do it. Just use it to your advantage. Like right there. Just time warp and get into the position you want. And yeah, let's go ahead and do this burn. It's going to take a lot of fuel, a lot more fuel than I wanted to, but it needs to be done. If not, we're going to miss our target, and that's going to be a shame. A big, 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 big shame. And we also didn't do the maneuver at the right time, because we could have easily waited a bit more and gotten a better result out of it. As you can see, our better result would have been here, but I noticed that it wasn't that big of a difference. It was only a couple meters per second difference. So I was like, might as well just YOLO it and do it now instead of later, which allows me to do some more missions in the shorter time frame, since I see that we're already a year 10 and we've barely been to places. Time-wise in the game, and also that's kind of a, you know, thing you look at, like when you do a career mode of Kerbal, you basically look at your time and how long it took you to do things. But yeah, definitely the next episode is either, if this turns out to be an easy, successful mission, we'll send a big lander to Thalia. Probably not anytime soon, however. Not at next episode, in a couple episodes, since I do believe there's something weird going on the planet, and, you know, so just because of that reason, we won't, you know, do that. But for whatever reason, later on, if we end up doing what we need to do, we definitely will launch a lander, a manned lander there to the moon and to the planet. So, you know, look out for that at some point. But definitely next episode is definitely going to be a Gratian mission or a mission to another planet. And, yeah, so just keep out the look for that. Are we not even targeted to it anymore? Gosh. Let's just target Jesus. Alright. That was strange. So we missed it. Did we miss it? No, we didn't. We still need a couple more meters per second. Okay, so literally we have to take everything to the point that we need to be. Stupid phone! Okay. Anyway, let's see here. So we need to burn a little bit this way. The reason I'm not waiting for the right time in the node is because we're, you know, it's such a large distance that an hour or two won't make that big of a deal. Maybe you might need to burn a little bit more fuel or less fuel, but not that big of an issue in the end. So yeah, when you're doing interplanetary transfer, you don't have to have the right time as you would in normal like orbital maneuvers around the planet. You'll be all right. So anyway, let's get this result that we want here. I think we got it right. Yeah, we did. Okay. Alright, so now what I normally do is focus the view on that and slowly but surely burn in a way that it will help us get closer to it, which it seems that we're doing right now. Oh god, we lost it. Okay, well, see, that's a problem with this game sometimes. Sometimes you get a little bit angry. Yeah, so let's go ahead and burn here. See if we can do anything. So yeah, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'll probably get back to you in a bit, so we can finish talking about what we're planning here. All right, guys. So we got it. We're good now. It took a little bit of maneuvering, but we got it. And so here's the planet. In case you don't know what Thalia looks like, I think other people have been here due to its interesting properties in terms of what happens when you get here. So let's see. I didn't test how much fuel it would take for us to get trapped here. It probably won't be that much, actually. Yeah, maybe 2K around there. And yeah, 2K. That's a little more than we got, but it's doable. And especially with the probes, we'll use the engines and the probes to maneuver around, especially at that point once we get there. Anyway, that's beyond the point now. Well, now we have to just get here. So yeah, it's gonna be the mission's gonna be a little more complicated than I hoped it would be, but it's doable definitely. So yeah, we'll do that here in a second. Once you get in, so the planet is a very scary planet. It looks very, very terrifying. I wouldn't want to land there actually. The planets over there looks like Gratians over there. That's the next target, I think. Thalia's coming in fairly fast, and it's a big red dot, right? So yeah. Very scary planet. The moon's over there. So let's go ahead and get closer to the right spot. We got a couple hours before we do the burn now. We're flying very fast. As you can see, the planet isn't that big, but it's a very scary planet too, by the way. So yeah, issues are arising. You know, landing on it and stuff. Alright, anyway. I don't know how much fuel these little things have, but we'll try to get them into position where they can actually land. So yeah, we'll be fine, I think. Yeah, definitely, we'll be golden. We'll be golden. Actually, maybe not. Oh no, yeah, we'll be okay. 2 minutes. Estimated burn will be 11 minutes apparently. I don't know why. Sometimes Kerbal gets a little dumb. I have a low signal, surprisingly. Not the best, but it's alright. We'll be fine. Alright, anyway. Alright. So a little bit stressful here. We'll do a little test burn. Just a small test burn just to see how much our time will go down. Boop. Oh god, wait. That's a lot of... Okay. Estimated burn. I don't like that. 10 minutes. It didn't change much. But anyway, we'll start the burn now. 6 minutes. Ooh, that's a lot more than I thought it would be. Yeah, this mission is going to be a little more complicated than I thought it would be at first. But that's always as it goes. You know, you can't expect things to be easy sometimes. So, however, what I think I will do is, I mean, we do need to make sure that we can land something somewhere. You know what I mean? So, what I see, however, is here is that going to that other moon, Ita, is not that difficult. So we have enough. We definitely have a capable lander that can actually get there, the bigger lander. So that's not big. That's not a big problem. However, I think we will have to start thinking about. We got the contract done. Oh, not a contract, a world record. So we entered into Thalia, flyby of it. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy mission, so we're going to have to do it in parts, since it's going to be a little bit difficult. We have satellites and we need to put in a specific orbit. I still don't know what height they need to be, but I think I can get something close to where they need to be in. So yeah, we have a low signal, but it's not our fault. It's due to our comsats being dumb, and you know, not the best comsats that we could have put up there. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy flight, I will let you know that. But it's a lot simpler. I mean, we're here, definitely. Our little rockets can do what they need to do in the end, and we would be able to get into orbit, hopefully soon. We'll definitely get into orbit, but, you know, it's not going to be as simple as I thought it would be. And that's normal. We still don't have the technology that we want to do these missions. Things seem to be doing just fine, however. I mean, you know, for what it is. Let's go ahead and long magnetometer data so we can actually get some science in case something goes wrong right now. Let's go ahead and transmit that. So yeah, we're getting some science done. We're starting to climb again, but that's fine. As long as we keep slowing down, we'll be okay. We're still in a trajectory that's going to lead us out of the system, but it is changing, and our orbit around the sun is changing as well. So yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Soon this planet will actually capture us, I think. I don't know how slow we have to go, but it's going to take a while. It's a problem. But problems you have to deal with in Kerbal Space Program. Alright, lock pressure data, transmit, blah blah blah, lock thermometer, transmit, blah blah. We're going to save these other big experiments for surface missions that we will do at some point. Don't worry, those will be done. And yeah, so let's go ahead and finish this. I'll probably skip to where the burn is out or when we run out of gas. So yeah, I'll see you when this happens. Alright, so we did it. Success here. Yeah, so I think I put the thingy there. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so good. Alright, so so yeah, it wasn't as successful as I thought it would be, but we ended up in an orbit that we wanted to be to start off with. So yeah, around here I'm gonna do a little maneuver just to increase our height, altitude, and actually, interesting. Alright, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so orbital speed is very high, making our landing a lot more difficult than I hoped it would be, but I think once we slow down a little more, we'll pretty much be in a crash trajectory. And I packed more than enough fuel to do this, so I think I did. So let's go ahead and spin around here. We seem to get more than enough, you know, scientific signal here, you know, due to all of our satellites orbiting currently the system. So let's see here. Let's see. So we speed up a little bit. We end up in a trajectory with the moon. Set as target, maybe. No, maybe. Yeah. Apparently, if we do something there, we'll apparently get captured by it. Apparently, I don't know what the hell's going on there. But oh no, in our next orbit. Alright, so if we apparently speed up a little bit in our next orbit, we'll have an encounter with that moon. So I think for now, we'll take the easy route this episode and land on good old Ita instead of landing on good old Thalia over there. Because Thalia is scary, and we'll do that in the next episode. And I should have really watched something about it. Anyway. Because I have a bad feeling about it. Maybe this is the wrong planet. Maybe this isn't the right planet. Maybe there's a other planet that has that thing. So, anyway, I don't even think I mentioned when I saw that happens. Apparently when you land on it, your ship just starts getting really hot. So, it's understandable since we're close to the sun. But, I mean, we would be getting pretty hot right now, right? I would assume that's the case. Anyway. Alright, so there we go. Now, once we complete that orbit, apparently we end up in that trajectory that would get us into a slightly inclinated orbit that we don't want. But I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get into a position where we can burn forward. And that's the wrong way. This way. We're going to lose a lot of our solar panel power here, but I don't think this... Whoa, game. Get your shit together. There we go. Alright. So yeah, we're going to lose a lot of our power generation, but that's fine. I packed enough solar panels on the ship and the little ships to do what needs to be done. So let's go ahead and get a higher orbit. Just burn these 10 meters per second left, 300. I don't want to be that high, but yeah, I think that's gonna have to do. Okay. Alright, so we have the main ship here. Still enough delta V to make some orbital changes. Right, so let's go ahead and get down to a lower orbit. To a lower part of our orbit. And yeah, maybe what I think I should do actually is yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna get everything set up this episode due to some changes actually, so yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that and do everything else in the next 2 episodes. So next episode is going to be a landing at Ita and then a landing at Thalia over here. So that's just the way it's going to have to be. I apologize if you don't like that. Oh god, okay. Yeah, we're really low on this planet, so at least you get to see the terrain here this episode. It looks like a lot of mountainous areas, a lot of weird lines going across the planet, like it got stretched or something. Very strange. Anyway. So, we need to deploy here now. We need to save and deploy one of the landers. Go for it. There we go. Alright, so let's see how this changes our orbital maneuver here. Alright, so we end up in a very, actually not that bad of a thing, but focus view. Okay, not that big of a deal. How much fuel do we have to burn here to actually get into a orbit? Not much. So yeah, we'll definitely do that next episode. Or maybe, we'll see. Alright, so I don't mind getting in that orbit actually. That's fine. We'll just come in and landing there. Alright, so let's go ahead and change this guy's orbital maneuvers. Orbital path at least. To make it a little bit less complicated once you actually get there. So let's go ahead and turn. We gained 3 meters per second. Yeah, almost 3 meters per second there from that, losing that mass, which is good. And yeah, I don't mind it. So we're gonna set up all the satellites here and do what needs to be done. So let's go ahead and slow down a little bit, tiny bit, not much, if I can. All right. So yeah, we definitely need to put more reaction wheels on this thing to make this mission a little bit easier, but you know, just the way things are gonna be for now. Let's go ahead and more. Wait. Why are we going into higher orbit? I thought I was running retrograde. Did something get messed up? I think something might have messed up here. Which one here? Yeah, something definitely did messed up. Okay, so we burned a little bit of our fuel there, which I wasn't planning on doing. But that's fine. At least we won't hit our other little probe over there. We should probably deploy the solar panels on it soon, now that I think about it, since I am losing power. You know, that could be a very big change to the mission if that breaks. So we don't want to do that, right? We want to deploy our solar panels. Man, this thing is very, very uncontrollable. Definitely more reaction wheels are needed. More reaction wheels. Okay. Come on, man. Just get on the right position. Alright. There you go. Alright. We're about to lose the sun, so we need to hurry up. And that's also why, because we don't have the... It's a little unbalanced, so that makes sense. Let's get into a lower orbit here. A little bit of a lower orbit. Alright, so we're out of fuel, basically, at this point. Going ahead and deploy that. Let's go ahead and deploy to the other ship here and deploy our panels. Extend, do what they need to do. Extend. Alright. Select tracking body, Cyro. Make sure you always do this. I had missions that fail because I didn't do that. Cyro and Cyro. Alright, let's go switch up to the other ship. Okay. I do have time. I think I have time. So I'll attempt something here. Alright, so this thing is going to keep orbiting around here for a while. This thing, however, is going to Eassy first, I think. So let's deploy the engine. Our orbital thingy here will probably keep us supplied with data and stuff, scientific stuff. So let's go ahead and hurry up and do this before I run out of time. I think I may be able to do a landing. I'm pretty sure I will. Almost completely sure. Electric charge. We're losing charge, surprisingly. Are we not getting any charge from these things? Huh, what? Interesting. Okay, so we're losing charge, which is not good. Are these solar panels broken? Oh, it's because the antenna apparently is too big. Oh, that's going to cause some issues. Okay, well, again, the game is not perfect. And especially since we're using mods. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get over there. We'll be fine. Yeah, it's just a little more difficult now than it should be. But we'll be fine. Just make sure we always have electricity and we'll be okay. So good old Eassy, whatever you want to call it. I want to call it Eassy because it's easier than saying Eassy, you know. So it's my choice, not yours. My choice. Anyway, yeah, definitely soon. Maybe maybe I should just stop the episode here. We'll get a couple orbital views and then we'll land. We'll do the landings in the next episode. I apologize for that inconvenience. Because these missions turn out to be a lot longer than they should be. Sad but true. Still got the thing that we need here. Yeah, okay. So apparently we escaped the gravitational influence of Thalia, even though we didn't. We just went into orbit around the thing. I don't know, that's just a glitch. Not a glitch, but just the ignorance of the developers, I guess you could say. Alright, so I have a very powerful engine on this thing, so no big deal. Let's go ahead and take a look at the moon that we're going to land at. It's that nice little looking rock over there, so let's go ahead and do the burn. Very nice, very nice. Let's go ahead and do all the data that we need to do now. Transmit data, log. Keep data. Log temperature. Keep data. Log pressure. Keep data. Alright, so we're getting a lot of science out of this one, even if we don't manage to actually get a landing here. Alright. I think we're in the right position that we want, right? Yeah, we're in orbit. Definitely. Alright, so we're going to go down a little bit lower, actually. A little bit lower. Like, really low. Like, I mean, like, fucking almost... Oh, sorry about that. Didn't want to say that. Probably cutting that out. So, like, really low. Like, almost touching the ground. Basically. Alright, that's low enough. Alright. Alright, so we apparently got some stuff. Scientific data, apparently. Anyway, so are we getting power? Looks like we are, I think. So let's go ahead and transmit data. Let's see how this happens here. Okay, I think we transfer everything. Alright, so let's go get it. Let's go ahead and get a good view of this little moon here. I've never seen it before. But let's go ahead and get a nice little view of it and see what we have to deal with as we land on it. So it's going to take a while to go around since it's such a small moon. But we are getting there. We're going barely any fast. Oh, it got really dark. Wow, it got really dark. Okay, wow. I can no longer see the moon. Alright guys, so some weird stuff definitely happened there. Apparently what happened was the moon disappeared out of nowhere and everything got really dark except for the sun and the stars. I just couldn't see anything. I could still see the planet, but for some reason the moon just stopped existing over there. So I don't know, it was probably just a glitch in the game. Let's hope it's a glitch in the game. Maybe, you know, next time we get close to it, it won't decide that we're now worthy of landing on it and disappear. So some weird stuff is going on. Oh, this game, man, it might not make it till the end of the series. Anyway, so let's get close to it. Yeah, it's due to the game crashing. It crashed, so I definitely cannot land anymore with the time I have left right now. So I have to wait a little bit and do that afterwards. So yeah, it did this and then it disappeared. Like, I can still the shade of the moon going down, but it completely disappeared last time. I don't know what the hell it was, but it just happened. Anyway, for some reason it got really light. I don't know, maybe it was just a glitch. But anyway, we're light now so we can see. And here we go. Here you go, guys. Sadly, I can't land on this thing today. It looks very cool. There's a lot of mountains and stuff. But I can't land on it. It looks really freaking amazing, though. I will tell you that. This moon looks really freaking amazing. It's unique. It looks like our moon, but, you know, then it looks more like Charon, you know, the moon of Pluto. And then it has a lot of hills on it, but it's definitely not Charon, because Charon is composed of ices, I think, since it's so far away. This one's more rocky, since it's so close to the sun. However, I can't land on it today, and that's the sad part. So yeah, definitely next episode, which, you know, will be released probably the day after this one, depending on how things go. So yeah, sad I can land on it. I can't land on Thalia yet. So next episode I'll be landing on both of them. So you're welcome for that if you want to see a landing on both of these places. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sadly, we have to end the episode a little sooner than I thought it would, especially since the game crashed and it's going to take a little more editing and work. But anyway, no big deal. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Activate the notifications and stuff. And I'll see you all in the next video. Comment and all that. Yeah, comment. You know, if you want me to go somewhere else. Maybe you actually want me to actually go to this little planet over here, whatever its name is, Icarus. If you want me to go there, comment. I'm not planning on going there, but if you want me to go there soon, tell me and I will create a mission to go there. So just mention it and I will go if you want me to see a landing there soon. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, notifications, you know, give me suggestions, whatever you want, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.